What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the BS Show. Brett here, and the king of cringe, Henry Cejudo, is back. He is going to travel down to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and fight the man, the myth, the legend, Jose Aldo, for the bantamweight strap on Saturday, May 9th, which is UFC 250. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not mad about it. I didn't see this. If you were to ask me who Henry Cejudo should defend that bantamweight strap against, I will admit I probably wouldn't have picked Jose Aldo. I don't even know if I would have thought of Jose Aldo. But here we are. He gets that title fight, and now we're going to have to see what happens. I actually kind of like Jose Aldo in this fight, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I'm not mad about it, especially looking at the career of Jose Aldo. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. He was the former featherweight champion, and I believe he held the belt for almost 10 years, if not 10 years. So, I mean, Jose Aldo's still here. He's still got some really big wins under his belt, and I'm not going to be too upset about it. So we got Henry Cejudo, which the legend of Henry Cejudo continues to grow as the king of cringe on Instagram and Facebook, and everywhere you look, he's just posting about being Triple C and bend the knee. It's kind of corny, but kind of funny at the same time. You know, everybody has to have their shtick and make a name for themselves. So good for Henry Cejudo. You know, Henry Cejudo in this fight, if we're going to break it down, he is a little bit smaller of a guy. According to ESPN measurements, he's 5'4". Jose Aldo stands at 5'7". They're obviously fighting at bantamweight, so they're going to get down to 135 pounds. But I've been told Henry Cejudo's quite a bit bigger guy than people expect and what they think, but at the same time, Jose Aldo is a pretty big guy. So I'm curious to see on fight day how much, they balloon up and how much Jose Aldo, how much bigger he looks. Henry Cejudo, as we all know, is that Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, and he's got that grit, he's got that determination, and it just seems like he is still continuing to get better and better and better as every fight goes on. And I will admit, I picked him to beat Demetrius Johnson in their rematch. I just felt like once he could put it all together, he was going to be a really tough cookie, and I think he's done that. But Jose Aldo is no slouch. He's got great takedown defense, and he's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So, I don't see this going to the ground a whole lot. Jose Aldo is really quick and light on his feet, and if he does get taken down, he's comfortable. So, Henry Cejudo, though, he made his money in the flyweight division, and he's 15-2 in MMA. Some notable losses that he has is to the former champion Demetrius Johnson and to a longtime vet that's had many title fights, Joseph Benavidez. So he doesn't have any bad losses on his resume. He captured that flyweight belt at UFC 227 on August 4th of 2018 by beating Demetrius Johnson, and he's since went on to beat TJ Dillashaw and Marlon Moraes. So that is one common opponent that both Henry Cejudo and Jose Aldo have is Marlon Moraes. And to be honest with you, Henry Cejudo looked a hell of a lot better fighting Marlon Moraes than Henry Cejudo looked a hell of a lot better fighting Marlon Moraes than Jose Aldo did. I think he figured him out and he did well. But I will admit, I thought Jose Aldo won that fight. Steven and I watched that fight. It was a very, very close fight, but I would have picked Jose Aldo to win that. So, but we can't forget who Jose Aldo is. I just want to go through a list of people that Jose Aldo's won. Forget the fact that he was the featherweight champion, like I said, for almost 10 years. But here's the list of people he's beaten. He's beaten Chad Mendez twice, Uriah Faber, Kenny Florian, Frankie Edgar twice, Ricardo Lamas, Jeremy Stevens, and Renato Moicano. And here are his losses. Conor McGregor, champion, former champion. Max Holloway, he lost to him twice. Former champion. Alexander Volkanovski, champion. And then Marlon Moraes, like I said, which is an extremely close decision. So a lot of people say Jose Aldo is old and over the hump. I do not agree with that. I think when you're a guy like Jose Aldo and you're a killer and you've ran through a division and you did it at an early age at like 18 and he's only in his early 30s now, you're going to continue to get these young killers like the Marlon Moraeses, like the Alexander Volkanovskis, and then the Max Holloways who he came into his own and ran through that division. A lot of people think maybe Max Holloway overtook the throne of the GOAT for that division. So I definitely think you know, Jose Aldo has got a shot in this fight. If not, he can win it. He's got great hands. He's quick. He's got great takedown defense. He's got great Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's just how much has Henry Cejudo grown from the last time that we've seen him fight? Because in my opinion, every time that guy comes out and fights, he looks better and better and better. But he's fighting a guy in his home country, and he's fighting a guy who has fought the best in the world, and he's fighting a guy who has been on the brightest lights and the biggest stage in UFC for a very, very long time. So I am super excited about this fight, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this fight. Does Jose Aldo warrant a title shot? And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me know who you got in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in.